we start, this is your boy MTR. Mediocre Tutorial Reviews. He's someone I've been watching for a little minute. He's actually hilarious to me, but at the same time, not 100% of everything that he says could be agreeable, but then most of his audience is a male audience. So, I mean, this one's titled Brittany Renner challenged by Andrew Tate and lost. First of all, what you think about Andrew Tate? Let me. I heard he is basically he has lung cancer or something like that, and I think he's in jail at the same time. I don't know 100% what the story is, but apparently that's what's going on. But comment what you think about this man.
No, they're buying this so they can get validation from other men to make them feel good about their ass and trying to catch you up on the bench, staring at them slightly, and then put your ass up on TikTok.
90% of cosmetic surgery is by women. Women are trying to change as much as possible. Men don't.
90% of the cosmetic surgery that women go under, men don't even like. Everything that she talks about just makes no damn sense.
The number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
That's a good paradigm to start from, because it's actually very interesting you say that. A lot of women say, I just want a man who's honest.
Yeah.
And the second you're honest, she's like, what? You did
Exactly.
what? It's like, well, then don't ask me for honesty. Of course I fucking lie.
Thank you.
So that's a good point. I agree with that one.
Yes, great
I don't
point.
think it's the biggest problem, but it certainly is a problem in relationships today. That is a problem. The biggest problem with men today is that I think the world is becoming hyper competitive. Most men are not aware and understanding of how quickly there's going to be a genuine shift in between those who have things and those who do not have things.
Yeah.
Not just finances, but also female status, everything else. And it's a status game, right? And it's becoming harder and harder for men to play. And that's all women's fault, of course. Because it is because women choose the winners, right? Women choose who the high status males are. So women pretend to give a shit about men. Of course they don't. They give a shit about themselves. And a woman, if you ask her what she wants from a man, she's like, I don't want much. I just want to find a nice man who's a millionaire and 6 foot tall and funny and charismatic and interesting and spontaneous and looks after me and doesn't cheat and is funny and good looking and strong.
I'm not gonna lie, he's low key speaking facts. I mean, he's low key speaking facts. He got locked. Apparently, I think he got locked up for. I can't say the full word, but something trafficking. You can fill in the blank. I think it was something trafficking. Doing that to women and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know 100% of the information. But yeah, what he's saying kind of sounds true. Because, to be honest, I'm not putting everyone in the same category, but there are some women out there who say they don't want much, but do want more than they say they do. You feel me? And now it's a status game for the men, so I'm not really exactly sure how current day men is going to go about it.
Like they name all this shit that most dudes are never going to have, and it's becoming harder and harder, and you end up with people, top G's who own everything on the planet they could ever possibly wish for, and then you got other guys who have nothing, and there's this large divide. There's no longer any middle ground. You have dudes who can't get any pussy, and then you got dudes who are just blocking girls left, right, and center, and that's what the problem with being a man is today.
What about the women?
What about them?
Well, I would say, well, everybody's got a chance to talk.
I'm gonna shut up and have my clementine.
No, I want to know. I want to learn from you, sir.
You want to learn from me?
Well, I wanted to answer. I feel like it goes for both. It's not just one or the other. I feel like it's self-accountability.
Definitely.
Women are not accountable for themselves. I agree with you there.
Why just women, though? What
It's
about
both.
men?
It's both.
Yeah,
It is
definitely both.
It is both. You're right, but
He actually agreed with a woman. Hold on. He actually agreed with a woman. This is the first time I ever seen this.
For not being self-accountable.
Yes.
Society does not punish women for not being self-accountable. I'll give you an example. If you're a man and you're arrogant and you think you're something when you're not, trust me, society will teach you very quickly that you don't matter when you don't get laid and you stay a fucking brokey. If you're a chick and think you're something when you're not, you can run around with your ego, still get dates, still get laid, still have a fairly sensible social life. Society as a whole doesn't come along and slap you in the face with realizations. If you're a man and you think you're something you're not, it is a ticking time bomb until society teaches you a lesson. That's the difference. This is why men in general are more self-accountable, because the men who are not self-accountable get fucked up. So those who are successful are very self-accountable people. They look at themselves and go, okay, the only way I'm going to get and progress further, the reason she left me, the only way I'm going to do better, make more money, etc., is I have to change.
I agree too. I do low-key agree, because the dudes who aren't accountable, do have worse circumstances. Their punishments are bad, like really, really bad. We're talking either killed, jail for life, financial losses, get the house taken from them, divorces, all that stuff. All that stuff. And some of the women nowadays do kind of get away with a lot of that stuff nowadays.
Women don't want to do that. They don't sit and think, I have to change. They think, oh, he left me because it's him, and I lost my job because my boss, and this is this because of this. No, you women don't look in the mirror and change a fucking thing.
Yeah, they have recently when they come across the content in the space, and as well as when they hit the goddamn wall. How many crying, I'm 37 years old and IVF is not working for me anymore and I don't have any more money to pay for it videos that we got to bring up for y'all on the internet for you to get a goddamn clue, to get the goddamn memo. But he's correct, though.
Don't forget what you're forgetting right nowadays. They can't change it because it's all about body positivity.
Are you saying?
They can look sexy at a size 28.
Are you saying Lizzo's not a 10?
Hell no.
Are you guys trying to get me canceled?
See, I'm not gonna lie, I don't agree with what you just said because 90% of cosmetic surgery is by women. Women are trying to change as much as possible. Men don't.
90% of the cosmetic surgery that women go under, men don't even like. Men don't even want. Women that are going under these cosmetic surgeries are making themselves more fuckable, but not more marriageable. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Everything that she talks about just makes no damn sense.
But then again, at the same time, at the same time, the dudes do be making it a little bit confusing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not playing any kind of roles or anything. I'm not going against it. There's no bias. I'm in a mutual about it. The dudes do be making it a little bit confusing because that's the type of stuff they're liking on social media and stuff. And there are dudes who literally be verbally saying or become surgery are used for sex and music. That is true, and it be influenced by dudes. The dudes really be the ones that confuse the women nowadays by saying that. But at the same time, women think that that's what's going to get them that lifestyle that they want. In the modern times, it's confusing. It's money turned into sexual desire. So it's like money equals intimacy, or money is supposed to equal a family and life and stuff like that. So they just get that confused. All of that is just really confused when it comes to gender war and stuff. It throws me off, yo.
They're not accountable for themselves. They think that because they're a man, you're gonna be attracted to them. No, like you can't be fat. You stay at home. You're just playing video games, and you expect a woman to want to fuck you. No, she's not gonna want to fuck you.
Yeah, but then she won't. This is the point. And then she won't.
Women choose.
Will teach them a lesson. They might be able to pull off a little blag with a girl for a year or so, but in general, they're going to end up lonely. In general, they're going to struggle to find partners. I agree with you with the cosmetic surgery thing. Women are happy to change their appearance and change how they look, but they're not happy to change how they act. Most of them, they're not happy to change. No, they're not.
The women are changing what the men don't care about. The men don't care about the big old lips.
That's my point.
The women are doing that for themselves.
Yeah.
Because the men don't care about it. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude than put on all that makeup and hair and everything. That's what the men want. But
I don't think that the women are doing it for themselves. I think they're still doing it for men. That's like the same argument as the women going into the gym and saying that they're buying this just so they can look at their own ass. No, they're buying this so they can get validation from other men to make them feel good about their ass that they newly gained at the gym from doing squats.
Yeah, she is speaking
and
facts.
Trying to catch you up on the bench, staring at them slightly, and then put your ass up on TikTok.
The women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. The man will if he's feeling bad about himself, he wants to make sense, he'll go and hit the gym. What's the woman going to do? Go and do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. The men don't even want that. And the women are not getting all this cosmetic surgery for the men. They're getting it for themselves.
Yes.
You can't turn around. What man wants a woman that's going to turn around, go and have an operation, and can't sit on a plane because her ass has been injected or been interfered with? She got to lie there on her stomach. You think the men want that? Or wake up in the morning before you got to hit the house? She's got to put on. I'm sure I worried about some of the men because they must go out with a woman. And then when they wake up in the morning, they think, who the hell is she?
The scars,
by the time you take everything off.
To break this all down, because she is kind of get a little long with it on here, but in short, men and women do things to their bodies or how they dress for the other gender. I don't believe it has anything to do with making themselves feel good, because in order to make yourself feel good, you do sometimes have to get validation from other people. Simple as that. Because growing up, when people call you ugly, you're going to feel bad about yourself, which means you got to change stuff so they can accept you. Simple. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy. We as men go to the gym and we got to do certain things like get our teeth whitened, haircuts, and just simple stuff. Whereas BBLs are not for us, it's for men. Yeah. The men to think of it as a sexual, requirement. You feel me? That's what's only going to attract them in a sexual manner. But they confuse sexual attraction with respect. You feel me? They want to be respected, but they see you as a toy. You feel me?
Women need to change their attitudes before they change their makeup. I'm sure that even more than that, change your attitude. Because women have got...
Women need to change their attitudes before they change their makeup. Auntie.
This nigga with the sound effects.
One of the realizations that I had earlier in this week is how much women judge their value within the world based off of their sexuality. That's why when a young woman is in her prime, she feels her most powerful. Her most powerful. That's why these women are taking a look at the BBLs and the breast implants this and the liposuction that, and they want to feel in their most powerful, especially without having to do in the work, and that just goes a little bit along with the entitlement.
Oh yeah, their confidence be skyrocketing.
And they would want to change.
Let them touch a little bit of money.
And this is where being a woman can be difficult, and I give them credit for this is because it really takes a strong-minded woman not to get caught up in that bullshit. It takes a strong-minded woman to look beyond feminism, because when you're hit in the eyes with so many things that is shit wrapped in ice cream, you're just looking at the ice cream, but they're finding out when they hit 35, 36, 37 that beyond the ice cream was a load of dog shit.
Change this, I want to change all the things that don't count. If you learn to, the same way how women can go out there and learn to put makeup on.
Yeah, they work for it, man.
Learn to wash my hands. Learn to please a man. That's what you need to do.
That's outdated, girl.
How does learning how to cook, how to be outdated? See, look, come on, Brittany. Let's go.
That's outdated.
She's right.
For who?
I'm saying it's like we had literally just talked about this off camera when you guys picked me up from the airport, when we were talking about what's the value system or the point system for a woman who cooks versus a woman who can suck good dick and fuck well.
But you can cook and suck because
no, but I'm saying is that Pearl, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but quoting her was that when she interviewed people on the street, that there was more points given to something like a sexual return as opposed to, wash dishes by hand, there's a dishwasher. Why cook? We can eat out. There's a chef. People don't give a fuck about that.
That's what they think.
Yeah, but why is it either or? Why can't it be both?
Yeah, but we literally just talked about this yesterday.
No, it was okay. I did a street interview and I asked the guys, would you rather have a girl that gave good head or a good cook? And most guys
want this.
But I think that's
for the quick satisfaction.
But I think that's more for like a one night stand.
But what I'm trying to say is that if all the women out there and they're talking about, well, some of the women want to be settled down. They want a man. Right? And you got to think what the man wants. The man ain't interested in that. Look at when you're doing street interviews, you're interviewing single people. Look at the people there that are happily married and ask them what they do. Because all the things that the women out there are doing, you can be a housewife, you can be going out, you can suck head just as good as any old tramp on the street. And keep your man and have a man. And I can say that because I'm 32 years in counting.
Auntie, you can't say attraction's not important.
Wait, she say 32 or 42?
You can't say attraction is not important, though.
It is important.
For you to initially, exactly. A man is not going to find you attractive and then think, because you can cook well. It's got a chef.
A man's going to find you attractive.
It sounds like she said that.
Let's ask Andrew.
Would you be with a
Andrew's
girl
the only guy
that's
here.
5 out of 10 because she can cook?
That ain't what I said.
Well, firstly, that's not what she said, to be fair. And secondly, I'd be with a 10 out of 10 who can cook because I'm top cheap. But to make the point, I think what you have to understand is what men are looking for in a relationship. So you did the street interview, and you're asking single people, probably young people, probably idiots who know they're on camera talking shit about good head, all this garbage. It's bullshit. What men are interested in life, not just in their relationship, but in their life as a whole, is status. I don't think most people understand, especially women, how competitive the male world is and how competitive it is for status. This is why men do everything they do. Men buy the faster car, not to drive any faster, because of status. That's why we want a bigger house. We don't give a shit where we live. It's because of status. That's why I want to go to the gym and get big and strong, because of status. Everything we do is about status. That's why I want the better job. That's why I want more money. That's why I want to be respected. So what's the number one thing we want our female to give us? Status. That's what we want. So she can give us status by being beautiful. That's one thing she can do. But another thing she could do is if I turn up home and I come home with my boys and she says, I'll cook you all a steak. That's status. That's all my boys going, Ross, you just been out all night and she's here and she's going to cook for all of us and she'll clean up and tidy up. That's the kind of girl a man's not going to want to lose because it makes him look good. That's what men want. Status. Suck a dick, blah, blah, blah. Listen, dick can only be sucked in so many ways. I mean, let's be serious about this.
Have you had the Gok 3000?
No, this is actually a serious point, right? This is a very serious point because the Western world has collapsed in real time and it's a failed society. And one of the reasons it's a failed society is because of the over-sexualization, especially of females as a whole. If a woman comes up to me and goes, I'll be the best sex you ever had, I am fucking revolted.
Yeah,
I don't
good
want
point.
the best sex I've ever had. I want you to be pure and a virgin. You shouldn't know what sex is. Cook my fucking dinner. Shut up. Don't come and talk to me about fucking sucking dick.
It's just a plus.
It's disgusting. I don't want to hear that shit.
Can I say something?
I don't want to hear that shit. What I want is a woman who makes me look good.
Yo, what's so crazy is looking at Brittany's face of
I don't want to hear
confusion.
that shit.
Can I say something?
I don't want to hear that.
Look at it's utter confusion because again, she went on that street yesterday, or she had a conversation with Pearl regarding the street interviews, and from that she was just like, oh, of course, look, what's the best things that guys want is to suck dick. Again, random guys up on the street, you know, and the thing is like.
And I feel like that's because she thinks she knows that's what dudes want, and everything has to just be straight sexual. Like that's all she thinks it needs to be. No, that doesn't keep a man. I don't think some of them understand that's not what keeps them. Dudes are going to say that because, like Tate said, they're single, they're idiots, they're dumb. They want what's in the moment. They want what's temporary. They don't completely want just that because they know they can just get it. You feel me? But as far as wanting something in a woman, it doesn't. You know, we gotta remember her Brittany is in her tracker. Yeah, she did try to come out the blue, try to change things on TikTok, saying what a man's really looking for, how you should change yourself as a woman. I'm like, how all of a sudden you trying to change something? Like, what?
Like, and that's the difficulty with doing those street interviews is that it's not statistics, right? Because if you're looking for marriageable men,
facts,
and asking the same question, more often than not, or dudes that are looking for women to marry, they wouldn't be saying just that. It's just off of the street, funny, laughing, joking, haha. But see, for her in her mind, that was supplanted as, well, see, look, guys will be guys. But Andrew was actually getting down to the crux, and I agree with him with status. Status is very important for men. Also, at the same time, like I said before, having a woman in and around your space that is a 10 out of 10, a 9 out of 10. You know, very respectable, someone that will cook for you after a long day of work, and your boys look at that.
It makes you look
good. As a
good.
man, that gives you a feeling of superiority, right?
But it don't mean you running her.
What I want is a woman who makes me look good. No woman who's running around talking about sucking dick can make me look good. So I lose interest completely and utterly, and that's the truth. So what she's saying is completely correct. These are old school things, but it's not about the act. Yes, you can order food, of course. It's about the status that comes with it. That's what it's about.
Sagittarius spoken like a true one. That is true.
My man's a Sagittarius.
You should just bring up.
Listen, well,
my man's a Sagittarius.
So basically, it's a straight shooting sort of conversation. But I think that sometimes we get distracted and we talk about the bicker between men and women. I think that the problem that men and women have is the consequences of the bad decisions that the 1% of powerful men make on our behalf. Because our problems are on a societal level, less than between women and men. That is why there's a lot of competition between men. This chase for status that they will never get.
Why is that the fault of the 1% of men?
Because they're the ones that drive the machine that runs this. The West
it's always been that way.
Yeah, but then think about the men that are at the top now, the corruption and everything that's going on. And this is why it feels very good to sit next to somebody like you and just say, do you know what? I appreciate that you say things that are really true. You expose a very toxic truth and a very true truth as well that is out there. But the reality is, on the trenches, when you go to the grassroots, people don't feel the way that you feel. It's not as simple as what you say.
This argument of the top percent of one man is just one that it just makes no sense. It's back at that victimhood talking points that you generalize. It has nothing to. Listen, women believing that men value sucking for marriage material women, or that men value BBLs for marriage material, that men value breast implants for marriage material, is your decision. That's got nothing to do with the top 1%, the leaders of men. That's self-agency. But again, when you talk about self-agency and accountability, shit gets murky. Oh, it's the patriarchy. The patriarchy just made me believe
it's the Matrix.
Guys that are looking for long-term relationships just love for me to be a nasty whore. Of course, me twerking in the middle of the club, I'm gonna attract the best suitor because of the patriarchy. It's all their fault. The modern woman today has made her bed, so let her lay in it. Men.
Oh, damn. I can see why she said that, but he said people make their own decisions. Yeah, so I think that's a whole different topic. It's a yeah. I do see why she said that too, but I think that's a whole completely different topic. People do make their own decisions, and each decision come with different consequences. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow Blickies on Twitch. Comment and subscribe down below. It's your boy BLKFinesse for y'all, dog.